I found that makes it so I can actually still sing on a microphone, as well as beatbox and get the right sound. So, does that make sense? Or get the sound guy to do it for you so you don't have to think about it. Yes. The kick. Okay. I'm just gonna work at this. How do I suggest women get a boomier kick? I don't sing anything, and this is my problem, is that a lot of women, for some strange reason, think that they can't beatbox and sound just as good, if not better, than the boys. Because it has nothing to do, for the most part, it has nothing to do with singing. It's not, I never, okay, again, there's always exceptions. I don't sing the bass drum. I started off that way and I realized how difficult that is. You get, it's exhausting to go. Imagine doing that a whole song, okay? Ow. Imagine doing that a whole show. Forget it. Yeah, you won't even be able to walk afterwards. So I decided, okay, I have to figure out another way to do it. So I started messing around with it, because originally I started singing the bass drum. I realized that if you're just pushing air into a microphone, it doesn't require any effort. And so our mouths, though we're all different, basically functionally will work the same. For the bass drum, I would recommend you sticking out your lower lip like you're pouting. Yes, that's very cute. Very cute. And saying, puff. But keep that lip out. That's the key. It looks like this.
Yeah, I know how to look here.
Keep that lip out. If you want to practice, you want to get the feeling of what that it feels like to have the air pushing, keep that lip out and blow. Like this. You want that lip, because the lip is what's going to vibrate and give you that pitch. Does that make sense? I'm saying, push. Let's do it together.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think it's getting tricky already.
Does that answer your question? Yes? Good. Now we're going to move on. The hi-hat. Do you guys know what the hi-hat is?
Yeah.
Yes, you do?
Some do.
Yes, I just hear a lot of hissing. I'm assuming that means yes. It's basically two cymbals put together like a sandwich right here. And in order to make that sound, you basically make a T or a TS sound, a very short sound, typically. I hear a lot of long S's on there. Now that's good, and there's definitely a place for those. But if you make them nice and short, it's going to allow you to put a lot more of them in a shorter amount of time. So that way you can have that separation between. If you have long hi-hats, it's going to sound like. But if you make them short, right, you can get more of them in there if you want them. So instead of all of this machine gunning, let's take it a little bit slower.
Okay, now I want you to add the bass drum.
Good. Questions so far? Yes. Oh, you have to breathe? Well, if you're doing it that slow, there's time to breathe in between, right? But one technique for breathing, and one that I often use, I'll tell you a couple of them. If you kind of rest your tongue on your bottom teeth, like this like this, and then suck air in, make it swell like that. That basically sounds like an open hi-hat. So if you combine that with Try it. See? You'll find though that as you get more used to doing this, you won't have to breathe as much. And if you breathe too much, you're going to have this. You're just going to be so full of air that you're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to have to expel some massive amount of air. Like if I go, okay, and what do you do with it, right? Then you have to go. Another technique is, I would call it flutter breathing, where you basically, right? You can either do it like that, or I have a particular pattern that I used to do in my old group for a disco song. The pattern was this, and I'd breathe in just like that. That's the pattern. You'll never run out of breath if you do that. So that pattern fast sounds like this.
You can go forever. You can go forever. Because I'm getting plenty of breath. I'm expelling enough breath so I'm not filling up.
Does that make sense?
Right. So when you say the playing after breathing, when you're in a conception of a beat, is really valuable. Depending on your level. Yeah.
He asked if it's valuable to plan where you're going to breathe. Depending on your level. For me, I've been doing it a long time, so I can basically just make stuff up. For the most part, it comes naturally now. And I can make it sound, even if I surprise myself with where I need to breathe, you can still make it sound rhythmic. You can make it part of your drums. But when you're starting out, absolutely. If you're working on a groove, it goes, boom, cat, a boom, cat, boom, boom, swing it like boom, cat, a boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, a boom, cat, boom, cat. Yeah, and if you don't know where to breathe or you're running out of breath, you just figure it out, I guess. Boom, boom. You can do the same every time if you want, because it adds to the pattern. Yeah, I think it would be beneficial to do that. And once you get to a certain point, like during my demonstration, I have no idea where I breathe. Or if I breathe. I don't even know if I did. Yes. Yes.
As an Beatboxer, like, do you honestly believe that it should be that everybody is able to be positive? I mean, I honestly think it's like genetically impossible for me to be positive.
Oh, then come here.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're going to stand away from these speakers because I don't know, they're not even mine and I'm blowing them up and we don't want no feedback. Just go ahead and hold the microphone. Now, do you remember how I showed you how to hold it? And also, I don't wear rings when I beatbox because they're going to tap on them. No. Think you're Lord of the Mountain? Keep that without. Open up just a little bit there. Okay. Bring the microphone to here. Okay. Do that same thing.
Right, but I do this for 10 minutes and I'm like out of breath and completely
Okay. That was good. You have to practice. There's no way everybody can do it. We can all do it on one level or another.